Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wahoo Warrior channel. I'm Sean, and I'm here with Chris today.
Hello.
So, I actually have a video on my computer through turn about 4 or 5 that we had played, and Chris was starting to whip me again. And that was right before the Bug Eater tournament. And it actually helped me quite a bit because I was able to manipulate my list. I have basically a video that I've been working on as well from Bug Eater. It's mostly just still photographs with me kind of talking over the top of it. But really just with summer and stuff and all my list of excuses that I always use, it's not done yet. But we're going to actually make a video of this one as well. And Chris has been working on his Soviets, and they look super. I'll go over there and show them to you in a minute. So I was going to take German, because that's what I was going to take to Bug Eater, but my NWS order never came. And I had ordered Japanese as well. So we spoke last week about setting up a game today, because we were going to try to go to Iowa and play at Dave Gordy's event, 1,500 points, single platoon, with the caveat that you can alternate the armored car slot for an additional tank if you want to. I can't get off this weekend, unfortunately. I have the next weekend off that I had scheduled vacation for like a last end of the summer family stuff. I really want to go, but I am at least geeked up because I got my stuff in the mail. So at the last minute I went ahead and switched, and I dragged my Japanese out of the closet that I haven't really played that much with since Adepticon. And I glued together one of my little tanks, and I've got a hodgepodge. It's kind of proxy a little bit, but I did get the rest of my stuff in the mail, so it gives me something I can start working on. So Dave, sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. I think Ryan can't make it either, and I don't think Chris is going to be able to make it. So unfortunately, that kind of sucks, but it's life, I guess. All right, Chris, so tell me what we got.
Okay, so we have a reinforced Soviet platoon.
Let's see if I can turn my camera around. I don't know if I can while I'm recording. Nah, we'll just go.
Okay, so reinforced Soviet platoon, late war. This is actually a themed army that I'm going with, like late 44 into early 45. And they're sort of a behind the front unit that will gather up deserters and collaborators and anybody else that the state deems an enemy.
Anybody going the wrong way.
Yeah, and deal with them properly. So the army is themed in that sense. It has a lot of weaknesses, in my opinion, but I didn't want to take units that I thought would break that theme. So we'll start out with a senior inexperienced lieutenant, and then we have a 6-man Smersh Squad.
Let me actually, because I'm just doing a quickie for a video, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. That way, when I do the editing, we'll already have the army composition, because everybody likes to know what we're playing with.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead and go again. It's with the army composition.
Okay, so start with lieutenant then?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a senior lieutenant, inexperienced.
All right.
Oh, he's supposed to have a helper. I'll grab that
okay.
out of the box here.
Grab a guy.
So, the next is a Smersh Squad, which is basically the later war version of the NKVD. So they're the ones that are actually like your politically motivated internal police force. So their big difference is, instead of being fanatics like the NKVD, they get tough fighter and the rule not one step back, where if a unit fails an order dice, they'll shoot one of them and take it off.
Oh,
and
so okay, so they're like a whole squad of the political officer type of guys.
Yeah, but they're tough fighters then too.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was going to go with an NKVD, but I figured for the points, all I had to do was drop one unit here, and now I've got guys that are better, and they're all armed with submachine guns.
Are they veterans? Or Reds?
They are veterans, yes.
Nice. Okay.
Next, I have a veteran squad, which will be this group right there. And I have an NCO with a submachine gun. They're actually veteran too. Light machine gun, 3 with rifle, 4 submachine gun, and 2 of them have Panzerfaust. I just don't have the extra Panzerfaust to stick on them.
Gotcha.
Here is our captain, and he is regular.
Captain.
So I'm running a captain. Yeah.
12-inch plus 3 snap 2s,
Yeah,
plus 3.
That's a +3 snap 2.
Nice.
And he's supposed to have, that's why I guess why I had extra people. So yeah, he has an assistant as well.
Okay.
Next is actually a really cool unit that I found in the, I didn't find, I saw it online, Mounted Reconnaissance Squad. Yeah, that would be these guys here.
Mm-hmm.
And they are veteran as well. And I'll explain a little bit about them once I get through here. Is we have an NCO with a machine gun. He would be the guy in the front here.
Okay.
Next is a light machine gun. 2 of the infantry are armed with rifles. Then 3 of the infantry are armed with submachine guns. Yeah, he's got a knife.
Yeah, that's
he's a
pretty cool.
sneaky dude. And the last one is a flamethrower.
Oh, yes.
Now, what these guys get to do, being a mounted recon squad, is they're going to be on this white scout car right here. And what this will allow them to do is when they dismount is they can leave 2 of their number from the squad on that vehicle to man those machine guns. So that would be like a fire support sort of vehicle.
So they can split their squad in the transport.
Yep.
That's
well,
nice.
I mean, that's a special rule they have to
Right.
be able to leave 2 here. So 2 of these guys would not be on the board
Mm-hmm.
Unless I wanted to dismount them. This whole squad would have to come back, and then
Okay.
I could dismount those guys if I
On that
wanted to.
order dice.
Yeah, correct.
So other than that, they operate on their order dice, and then the guys
vehicle.
stuck operate on the order dice in the vehicle.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Well, they would be on the white scout car.
right in the
order dice,
vehicle.
yeah.
Yeah, the white.
So that basically, counting the white scout car, which is, since I jumped ahead to it, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a Lend-Lease M3 white scout car, and that is veteran as well.
Oh.
So that would more or less give me, a little light
And then-
armored vehicle with a heavy machine gun of the.
Oh, it's got a heavy MG.
Yeah, that's a heavy
so that's
machine
a
gun.
little bit of anti-tankish type of
Right.
capability.
So it's a heavy machine gun, and it has 2
Side.
Browning 30 cals for the sides, which have a 180-degree arc. So theoretically, if I understand the rule correctly, which we can check, is if they're firing to the front, these 2 machine guns could rotate, and I could fire everything direct ahead.
I don't.
That's something I want to check
I
on because
don't.
I thought I read
Usually
that.
it says left front or left
It'll say left
front, or yeah. So normally when I've played against these before, the person will just park. So say the target squad's that captain, they'll come up and all they'll do is do like that. So
Yeah.
this gun, because it's got a 360,
Right.
and then they got this side arc in, so they can shoot that guy from the 180.
I mean, that makes more sense. I
Yeah,
just
and then
thought
if there happened to be another target over here, you could also fire at that.
Correct, yeah. So,
Now there is a rule, so the crew can man one gun. Riders can shoot a separate gun. So if you were trying to fire 3 guns, you would actually need 3 units, right?
well, no, I've got the crew.
They
and
get to
then-
fire 1.
Right, and then 1 man for each gun. That's why
Whatever.
I'm leaving 2 behind. isn't it?
Okay.
No?
I don't know.
well, we'll figure
It won't come up. Well, this game and now it will, but it's not a big deal to me either way. I think that if you're in there, you can just shoot them. If you're manning it, you can fire the guns.
Right. So, the one thing I do
And
like
maybe
about
I
this...
think maybe model per, because I used to use a Buffalo that was loaded out with stuff. I think that's right. Okay.
So the one thing I do like about this little unit, in addition to being able to, have a support vehicle, is they also have a flamethrower. So
Yeah.
you have a mean little veteran.
It's very versatile because
Yeah.
you could do the regular drive up, hop out with a flamethrower. You could drive. They're veterans, so you can drive up, get in an objective position, and then it'd be really hard to root them out.
Right.
So
They're kind of a mean little unit.
So none of this so far is looking good for my Japanese. Like lots of SMGs, flamethrower. So what else we got?
The next one is 2 squads of what they call the Budapest Volunteer Regiment sections.
Okay.
And these are out of the Fortress Budapest book, like the Mounted Reconnaissance Squad.
Okay.
And all they are is sort of like turncoat Hungarians that
Sure.
are now fighting with the Soviets.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my mind, these are the guys that know the terrain. So they know where to tell the Soviets to go to dig out all the root pockets of German resistance
Okay.
and stuff like that. And they are all rifle armed except for a LMG
Gotcha.
and NCOs with machine guns. They are both regular.
Okay.
The one neat rule these guys have, and the reason I really wanted to take them too, is they have what they call home ground, which basically allows them to come out of reserve or outflank without the -1 penalty.
Okay.
Or if they start up on the board, before the scenario starts, they can begin in hidden and on ambush.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Do they get to move as well or something before?
Well, yeah, there was a thing it said here.
They set up after all the other troops.
Yeah, they set up after all the other troops, but before the forward deployers.
Gotcha.
And I read something here. It said at the start, if they come on in first wave, they can also, I guess, apparently move and then go into high.
Kind of like Rangers. Okay. Oh, they can do their move and then go into ambush.
Yeah, so they've...
Yeah, that's a handy little unit with the LMG and then regulars.
the
I love
regulars-
that. I love that basing those fall colors. Those really make it.
I was kind of going to go in for the mountainous. And these
Yeah.
are actually the miniatures of the German Gebirgsjägers.
Okay.
So they're like mountain troops. So these...
Yeah, they look really nice.
And other than these two proxies here. I forgot my other ones, so...
No, it's looking great. You're just plugging away.
Yeah.
All right, so who are these guys?
Okay.
That's another
so-
flamethrower I see.
Well, we'll start up there.
Oh, we got them. Okay.
That is my Soviet Dodge gun. Heavy. Basically, it's their equivalent to a 50 caliber machine gun. So
Okay.
That was a heavy MMG veteran.
Heavy MMG.
Yeah. With
A heavy machine gun with a gun shield.
with a gun shield.
So
and they're
3 shots
veteran.
plus 1.
Yep. After that is my inexperienced medium mortar.
Okay.
There's a rule for late war Soviets that you do not have to take the inexperienced rifle squad if you don't want to. You can substitute it for a mortar, an artillery piece, or an
Oh,
anti-tank
new
gun.
that out of Fortress Budapest as well.
No, it's out of the Soviet Army's book.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
any late war, and I figured an inexperienced squad wasn't going to do me squat, so I threw in an inexperienced
Doesn't fit your
mortar.
theme as much either, unless you
No.
made them into like guys that these guys had rounded up, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to take something. I
So
thought,
inexperienced medium mortar.
well, right, and apparently with no spotter.
Right.
So, this guy can come off because there's a 3-man crew.
Okay.
That's actually a model for a heavy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I used the same model for my Japanese. I think it was a Soviet howitzer
and I got
or
a-
mortar.
Yeah, I've got a medium. I just got to get it together. So
Okay.
after that, we have a veteran sniper squad.
See here.
That's those guys. Then a veteran thrower.
Okay.
And then a veteran tank hunter anti-tank team. With
Okay.
one
Just a
NCO.
2-man.
Yep, just a 2-man NCO with a submachine gun, and the other guy with the
SMG and a Panzer.
Panzerfaust, and they both do have anti-tank grenades.
Okay.
So
Do they both have Panzerfaust, or is
no,
it
it's
just one?
the one?
Okay.
Just one guy with a Panzerfaust, and then.
So you
anti-tank
stuck with the
grenades.
dog mine.
Yeah, well, I figured dogs are good for running around and barking and snuffing out people, in addition to blowing up vehicles
So you've got
too.
forward deployer, forward deployer, forward
No,
deployer.
this I was wrong last time.
Okay.
It was my mistake.
They don't forward deploy?
No, it just said the Soviet tank hunter teams can
Right.
forward deploy. Well,
Oh, you
I
meant
saw, this
Gotcha.
guy.
That makes that makes
But
sense.
I didn't quite understand the rules yet, so I thought
Sure.
this was it is an anti-tank team, but
Right.
not
Not that.
one.
Okay.
So no, they do not forward deploy.
Okay. So forward deployer, and then these guys get to deploy after regular before the forward deployer. So they're not quite a forward deployer, but they're in your setup zone forward deployer
Yeah.
or
I
central
guess it
deployer.
depends on the scenario.
Gotcha.
So
And then you've got a mule for
he's my pack mule. I just threw in
Looks
since I
good.
had 10 points
okay.
to spare.
And then we already talked about the scout car, and then you've got the
And then I have a regular M17 anti-aircraft, so that's a it's a quad 50 caliber linked, technically anti-aircraft / infantry suppression vehicle.
yeah
So
plus 12 shots.
So yeah, it's 12 shots at plus 1. So
lots of little anti-tank, and then
Right.
Panzerfaust for up close. Looks
like I
like.
said, for the theme of the Army, I couldn't see taking tanks. I mean, these guys,
Sure.
so that's why I kind of ran with what I did.
Okay. So here's what I've got. So I've got basically there was a theme I was planning to put together with the Japanese when I ordered this dual gun. It's like I just thought it would be cool to have. The one bad thing about that dual gun, it only has 4 crew. I do have a spotter for it. But because some of the guns, the Japanese can purchase extra crewmen. You can't do it with that. I wish you could. Because one of the things I've noticed about the Japanese artillery pieces is that they're very durable. Because they can take a hit. You just go down. You take a hit and you're fanatic, so you don't really break or take those. You can just kind of soak up 4 turns of mortar fire, even if you're getting hit. which basically kind of at least takes the opponent's artillery piece out of the game just by trying to kill you. But so I've got a second lieutenant. He's just a regular guy. I've got my two 15-man militia squads like normal. They're the ones here with the, I've got these irregulars mixed in there. So it's basically, these are two 15-man militia squads. I did give them anti-tank grenades since I have extra points because we're playing 1500. I have a Chemtai political officer, inexperienced. I did buy a artillery forward observer. He's represented by this guy right here. Try to put some pin suppression down, and hopefully my bonsai can get into attack mode. But you got a lot of close stuff. So I have two 7-man vet squads, IJA veterans. They're the ones with the green camouflage. They just have rifles, and then I have a 18-man IJA Grenadier squad. That's these guys. They've got 3 knee mortars. They're regulars with 3 knee mortars. And then I've got a heavy mortar with a spotter. I've got a flamethrower team, which I got in the mail finally. But so I have a German one here that I'm using with this dude with a turban. So that's my flamethrower team. They'll probably miss everything. I did buy one anti-tank suicide guy, just because I had the points. And then that's the Type 88 75mm dual-purpose gun. It's a heavy anti-tank gun, which won't be too needed here, I don't think. It's versatile, so it can fire as a light howitzer. A medium howitzer. It has a 2-inch template. Let me double-check that rule. That made the 2-inch template's actually from the, it's got HE 2-inch, but that may be over the barrel. I'm going to double check the versatile. It shoots as flak as well. And then I've got my Hobro assault gun, which did almost nothing at Adepticon. Giving it another chance because it's painted. And so I got my Type 95 Ha-Go light tanks in the mail. They're 90 points. On my list, just to place market for 90 points, I put a Hoku-Go armored car. But I'm actually taking the Type 95. It's got a 7 armor. It's got a small turret, like the 1-man turret. So if it tries to do an advance, it has to do an order check. Low velocity anti-tank gun. It's only +3. 48-inch range. It has an MMG in the hull. And it also has an MMG on the back of the turret. So you could, if you're not trying to fire the anti-tank gun, you can just fire the turret machine gun at something. So I like that. For 90 points, gives you 2 MMGs. I like it. My goal is to run 2 of these in an army, and just because I don't mind if they get blown up that much, if they're tying stuff up, you know. So that's pretty much my list. And I have 2 trucks I purchased with an MMG on them. So they're just general purpose trucks with a front, they only have a front arc MMG.
Okay. Both of them?
Both of them, yeah. And I have 16 order dice total. So it should be fun. It's going to be, these big squads are kind of a pain in the ass to move around and try to keep them in cover. You've got a lot of firepower, a lot of tough guys. So we'll just have to kind of see how it goes, I guess. We'll have to roll up a mission scenario and we'll see what we got.